The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, Zach's green card ran out, so we had to go to Las Vegas to get it renewed, but all the rest of us are here.
Shall we play a game?
Yeah, just kidding. This is After Dark. Oh, but that's the outro for After Dark. This is After
Please
Dark.
leave a message after the tone.
You've got several questions, dude. Your life is going down the tubes. What do you do when you need advice? This is where it gets good. Good night.
What am I fighting for?
So turn down the lights, pick up the phone, and leave a message for the new
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan After Dark. Not Nude Clan regular, no matter what the pre-roll
video game
says.
podcast that isn't a video game podcast, the advice podcast that gets its own intro wrong and has a 45-minute political discussion before the show actually starts.
Yeah, that's
I didn't
the
think
one.
it was a political discussion. I thought it was a cultural discussion.
Yeah.
Everything's political, Joe. Didn't you know that?
Now that is something I want to choke people for whenever they say that shit.
Yeah.
I want
I
to.
was saying it ironically just now. Just for
He ironically wants to choke you then.
yeah, yeah. I'm a.
I'll leave the real choking for the bedroom. I'm Joe.
I am Caleb.
And yeah, let's go over. Oh, we got it. Yeah, Zach had green card troubles.
It happens.
No, he saw some like country act in Vegas with his girlfriend.
Yeah, some country act, some bitch who pretends she's from like Tennessee, but she's actually from Pennsylvania, called Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and she's had so many freaking she's gone through more men than World War II did.
Yeah,
As far as I
as
can
we
tell.
all know, Pennsylvania is full of whores and cunts.
Yeah. Well, she
Yeah.
came from a really rich area.
A4, where are you from? I forgot.
Pennsylvania. What I'm saying
Oh,
is
okay.
because
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Swift
that.
Taylor Swift is from like a town where I grew up, basically. But it's like it's like the super rich area.
Which one of the boyfriends were you? Which song?
I wish.
Mitch looks at me.
Yeah.
Out of Style, I believe.
Gross. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I've heard a couple of her new songs, and it was like, oh, this is okay. I guess.
The thing where I don't really listen to a lot of her music, but the thing that became obnoxious for me with Taylor Swift was when I was at like Target, and it's like there's like 4 different variants of this vinyl of her new album. Collect all of them, and it's like, why would you buy 4 copies of the same fucking album?
Yeah, and then you turn left and buy the same Pokemon game 3 times. Like, oh, this one has a different. This one have a different. It's a different starter. It's a different starter.
Hey, in fairness, I have not bought Scarlet and Violet.
Good.
That's Zach's sin.
Fucking good.
I am going to buy the cards when they come out on Friday, though. So
Okay, it's different. There's, the starters are different. Duh. And then
No, I mean,
everything
okay.
else is the same.
I will at least defend this game in that the new one is probably the most like drastically different that series has been in a long fucking time, because it's all like open world and there's not like, it's kind of like free roaming. But apparently it's also glitchy and buggy as shit. So
So it's like Pokemon Go,
Yeah,
but
open world.
on a screen.
on a screen, yeah.
And not world.
And the guy, you don't have to move around. The guy just moves around when you press the D-pad.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That is genius. My God, what if they...
They
Look
took
at that.
the worst
Look at
part
that.
about Pokemon Go Out, the exercise. Pokemon no.
Totally open world.
Pokemon sit.
It's not quite as big as the real Earth,
Sold,
but it's close.
20.61 million copies, though, so they're doing something right.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, making grown men think they need to play a fucking Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Through
greatest- it's funny, it's
hypnosis?
the highest-
I don't know. What's that?
it's,
What's that? What do they play in the opening credits of those games?
Nintendo does
Bye.
They are genuinely good JRPGs. And they have
Pikachu! Bye. Bye.
Yeah, it's like
Red version. Silver version. Bye.
Now, hold on. How many Pokemon games have you played personally?
I played about 20 minutes of Pokemon Yellow, and it was boring as fuck. And I have no idea why that game is popular.
Did you play it like from the start? Or?
Yeah, I played from the start.
It's really
Where else
grindy.
do you start
So
from?
yeah, so you played the first 20 minutes where you don't really get to do anything. It's an RPG. It takes longer than 20 minutes for the game to get
I
through.
guess I don't know. Do I have to walk into a certain house before like they convince me that Pokemon's good?
No, you get your Pokemon and then you walk out in the tall grass and then you start catching more Pokemon.
10 out of 10. Review us on Amazon. Bye.
What is the bubble thing you're doing?
I like flashing lights, like subliminal
Yeah.
sounds. The idea I'm going with.
Hey man, look, you can clown on all you want, but it is the highest grossing media franchise.
The brainwashing scene in Zoolander. That's
Yeah.
really what I'm going for here.
Prime Minister of Malaysia. Yeah, no, I know. I get it.
Yeah, there's something going on over there at Nintendo. Like, I swear to God, like I've beaten this so many times, but like,
They make good games. That's what's going on. It'd be cool if Sony would try that at some point, but it seems like they don't really want to do that anymore.
I don't know, man.
It's like, we'll just make a console and then not have any games for it, but we'll only make like 4 consoles a week, so that people think that they're selling like hotcakes.
I mean, it is.
That was the other thing. Before we get into the questions, that was the other thing I was thinking about because you were clowning on the Joy-Cons again in the group chat, and I'm just sitting there thinking, or it was in the Discord, and I was thinking like the only thing he can clown on Nintendo for is that the controllers do admittedly suck, but it's like
That's not the only.
I don't know.
thing.
Their system has games on it, which is something that the PlayStation 5 cannot. Like
I will say their interface for their online store is kind of painful.
Oh yeah, no, the eShop blows. It's awful, and it's
Yeah,
full.
it
of
Okay,
looks-
so
it
we just
looks-
added another one.
It looks like shit, and it handles.
Well, and that's
like
the other.
shit.
That was the other thing. The graphics are the only thing that makes a game good. Argument was debunked like 20 fucking years ago. But I mean, if you're still there, that's fine, man.
No,
do that.
I mean it does. But Nintendo just doesn't care. See, that's the thing is. They don't care, and then you get in trouble for noticing their games look like ass. But they look like ass because they don't care. Now, I'm not saying
you say
that's.
they don't care. You say they don't care, but like, can you cite a specific example of them not caring about the graphics? And I don't think.
Yeah, they
I don't
Aren't
think
they a
Pokemon-
publicly traded company?
the Wii didn't have an HDMI port. It has a fucking red, white, yellow cord. That's
Yes,
evidence number one. Number
yeah.
two,
The Wii was just was just 2 GameCubes taped together inside.
yeah, and the
so,
Wii
I
and
mean,
the Switch is just the fucking Wii U with with an acetylene torch taken to the sides to pull off the fucking little Joy-Cons.
yeah.
Yeah,
What's your point?
I don't know. The Joy-Cons
The
works
games,
better,
look,
but yet
yeah,
somehow the Wii U.
the graphical fidelity of Nintendo games is not as high as the graphical fidelity of like the PlayStation 4.
I need you to press your glasses up when you say that.
The graphical fidelity of Nintendo's systems is not nearly as good as the graphical fidelity of the PlayStation 4 and 5, but they do have art styles, which is something that Sony doesn't really do anymore. So that's something that Nintendo still does. Which
They
is-
don't have art styles.
No, they have one art style in Sony now, and it's just hyper realistic, hyper cinematic. They don't make any other kind of game.
First off, have you seen The Real World?
Yeah, I have seen the real.
Ain't
world.
nothing I've ever seen by any video game ever has been realistic ever. Even when they try to be realistic, it doesn't really look like the real world. I need all the contrast to come
I'm
down.
saying Horizon, The Last of Us, God of War all have the same, like, we're trying to be realistic art style.
Yeah. Yeah, when I think of
And-
God of War, I think of realism.
I'm just saying they're trying to make they're like if they're
Like
they're
a
busy
man
putting,
from
like,
ancient
freckles on-
Greece
they're
who
busy
somehow
putting
got a
freckles-
hold of thousands of milligrams of testosterone that he's taking every single week
They are busy trying to put freckles on Aloy's fat fucking face so that people who have PS5s feel like that they justified the purchase of it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like, you have games that are 20 years old from Nintendo, like the Wind Waker, that still look good today.
Yeah,
despite
I mean,
being
there's
released on the
there's
fucking
artsy
GameCube.
stuff. There's like
Because they
Besides
have
the
an
fact that no one liked how it looked when it came out.
Yeah, and then people were real, and then Twilight
No,
Princess came out, and then everyone saw how ugly that game is, and they were like, maybe they were onto something with the Wind Waker. I don't know.
Hey, we are.
Also, that specific version
we'll
of
find
Link
that
has,
out
like, that
ourselves.
specific version of Link has fucking like prevailed all this time. He's still a separate character in Smash Brothers, for Christ's sake. Toon Link, I mean.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like Toon World and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Look, I'm not
Yeah,
saying
those cards are fucking dope.
I'm not saying
Yeah, bro.
Nintendo doesn't have good games. They obviously
Totally useful
do.
too.
I'm just saying they can't make a good console to save their lives, like one that functions. I'm not even talking like a good library.
The GameCube was the last actually good console from Nintendo, and it didn't sell well. So I feel like they had to learn their lesson. They're
no,
like, oh no, the GameCube was the worst selling out of these three, and had the best graphics and processing power, and was the best price. Guess we better throw out shit and
No,
gimmicks.
No. I actually, I'll defend the Wii U here. The Wii U is a good console. It's just that they didn't know how to fucking advertise it because it was called the Wii U.
The
and
Wii
no
U
one bought it.
The Wii U
But, like,
was
the
like
Wii U
a
does-
midway console. It wasn't even like a full console generation.
Exactly. That's why no one bought it, because no one knew if it was like its own thing or if it was like an upgrade to the Wii. But like,
I think no one bought it because it didn't have
had
any
good
games.
games on it. The difference is just like they knew they had good games on it because almost all of them now have been ported over to the Switch anyway. Because they're like,
yeah.
well, these games are just sitting
Yeah.
here. So
That Mario Kart was pretty legit.
Mario Kart 8 is fucking amazing.
They didn't
so
have a
amazing
Zelda.
that like 5 years later they're still putting out DLC for it.
They fucked up so bad that the console didn't even have its own Zelda game. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's
But
like
that
a-
was more like I think that was just more like them taking forever on Breath of the Wild. Which I mean, like, honestly, again, and I said this on the console debate, but the Switch couldn't have asked for a better launch title than that game.
yeah. Then the Wii U's exclusive Zelda game. Yeah.
More or less, yeah. But I mean, like, if you're gonna buy a new console, pretty good to have like 100-hour fucking open world game as one of the first things that you can actually buy for the damn thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Sony used to do pretty cool stuff. Like
For clarity, I didn't buy a Switch until like 6 months in, and that was just because they used an Imagine Dragons song in their commercial, and I fucking hate Imagine Dragons. I bought Breath of the Wild on Wii U because I still had my Wii U.
How dare you?
I still
That is a Utah treasure. Imagine
Yeah.
Dragons.
yeah, I know.
And the Killers. And the Used. Don't you dare make fun of our echoey bands.
I like two of
Yeah.
those
Our
three.
fucking reverb up to 10 bands.
like-
I don't know what the
wait,
fuck
hold on,
it
hold on.
is with
Hold
Utah bands, and they just want the vocals to be on reverb forever and ever. I
like the
I
Killers.
don't know what it
It's
is. It's like a
the Used.
style thing. I have no idea.
Is the use that one that is that them?
yeah.
Right?
The Bird and the Worm is the only song I've ever heard by them.
Cry like a bird from the worm.
Yeah, it's
I think I
really-
like the use, but no, Imagine Dragons is terrible, and that fucking Switch commercial using the Believer song is legitimately the reason I didn't buy that fucking thing for like 6 months. Also, because you couldn't find them anywhere, because people wanted it because it's a good console.
My nephew loves Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, so does James.
Yeah, and how
You're
old?
hurting his feelings right now.
How old?
Oh, 8.
Yeah, that
you
sounds
know?
about the target demographic for their music, because their music is just kids bop music.
I mean,
for, like white
as-
chicks who
for a
smoke
man-
cigarettes.
For a man who listens to Ghost, I don't know if you have so much room to talk.
yeah.
Look.
I honestly would rather
also
listen to
kids'
Imagine
pop music.
Dragons than Ghost.
At least I'll remember the Imagine Dragons song after I listen to it 3 times.
No, 'cause
Yeah.
here's the thing: Ghost actually has like melodies in their songs. Imagine Dragons is just like 18 guys on a stage chanting the same fucking thing over and over again, while one guy plays a snare drum every 10 seconds.
So Ghost is 18 guys on a stage and you could only hear 3 of them instead?
No, I'm saying Imagine Dragons is that. Ghost actually has like melodies to their songs. Imagine Dragons don't. They just chant things
Fucking-
for 4 minutes.
Everything in Ghost is made on a fucking post-processing keyboard Pro Tools bullshit
I don't
with
know, man. They seem
1,200
to put up-
effects on them.
I don't know, man. They seem to put on pretty good live shows from what I've seen. So I think you're wrong on that one. But
I mean, how do they even know if the guys are playing? They're all like in masks and shit. Like,
Oh yeah, because if the mask was off, that would make the keyboard not look like it's being.
no, but at least you could like tell if like the guy has to look at his guitar for a second, you know, to make sure that he's still playing the right.
I don't know. Maybe they're just that good that they just wear the masks, and it's also their gimmick that they were like all like what do you call it, anonymous for a while until there was that lawsuit with the main guy. But you know,
No, I've never heard about that.
a bunch of like former bandmates like sued the main guy because of like the anonymity thing, and now like everyone knows who the main guy is. It's Tobias Forge, but they still like on their albums they still listed as like produced by Papa Emeritus and a band of nameless ghouls. So that's like their gimmick, is that like no one who knew who they were for a while.
They sued him. I guess they couldn't get other jobs based on it, huh?
I don't know.
I mean,
That would be a problem.
I don't really know the details of that case. All I know is there was like a lawsuit based on that shit.
All I know is that what he sounds like is a douche.
Yeah.
That's what he sounds like to me. He doesn't want his bandmates getting jobs after he fires them.
I mean,
yeah, but like
and
you
then-
didn't know who he was at first either. Like, just
And
'cause
then-
he was the only one that wasn't wearing a mask. He's still wearing like makeup and shit.
And then he writes and sounds like Scorpions and somehow gets away with it without getting sued. You know, but like way less exciting than Scorpions. Like, is there anything as exciting as the intro to Rock You Like a Hurricane in any Ghost song?
Yeah, Square
Instead-
Hammer, Kiss the Go Goat,
What are you talking about?
Dance Macabre, fucking
Dance Macabre.
Rats, Cerise.
look,
The Pinnacle to the Pit, and
I'll
keep going.
I'll give Ghost credit.
Oh my god!
They remain.
Oh my god! Just you naming songs, made me fall asleep.
They remain.
Also, wait, hold on. Why would they get in trouble for sounding like the squirt? Like, you know, like 80s arena rock is like a thing that isn't copyrighted, right? Because like by that logic, Imagine Dragons could get sued for ripping off like the folk song kind of sound of like the Lumineers or some shit. You know what I mean?
No, they're not folky enough for that. They're not
A4,
Like,
I'll be honest. I don't like either of those bands, but I do not like Ghost more. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
I'll look.
That's fine. That's fine. You can have bad taste.
I'll
It's
offer-
not gonna make me think any more better of you.
I'll offer a rare.
It's not going to make you think any more better of me.
I'll offer a
Dance
rare,
Macabre.
a rare defense of Ghost here. They remained anonymous for so long. They really brought anonymity to a high point, right? Nobody knew who they were, and nobody could remember what their songs sound like. Like that's
Yeah.
really something. Like I
It's
don't know
the
if I've
art
ever-
of being forgetful.
Yeah, like
They're like musical spies.
yeah, musical gray men. Like you never quite make them out. Like they're there, but like they just blend in. You know, to a point where you almost don't even know they exist. It's really impressive.
I mean, say what you want, man. Their albums sell well. They're still played on the radio. I don't think Metallica's songs are still played on the radio. But then again, they don't really have metal on the radio anymore. So I guess it's kind of moot.
Yeah, I mean we have like one metal station here now.
Yeah, I know.
It's more like
Fucking
a rock
sucks.
rock station.
Yeah.
but-
Well, you know what? Rock and metal decided to kill themselves. There's nothing like the new stuff is just not melodic enough and catchy enough to be put on the radio, and it's not good.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Sorry.
They either killed themselves or the mainstream just went so heavy towards like electro and like rap and like all these like non-rock genres.
No,
that,
'cause
they just
rap
kinda got left
sells-
behind.
Rap sells about the same as rock does still. So it's not really
Whatever the analog,
sales.
whatever the analog of rap is that's on the fucking.
Look, man, they
Radio
stopped
now.
evolving. Rap kept evolving. Rock hasn't evolved. They just fucking go like, what's our subgenre? Okay, we'll sound like that forever.
Well, and it's also like because rock does evolve, but those evolutions just aren't like
They sound like
they're not.
ghosts.
I mean-
they're not. What's the word I'm looking for here? They're
I mean,
not,
there's a
like,
major
accessible to the
problem,
mainstream.
though. Again, when people just steal music, and so those companies that used to bolster young talent and put them out to the masses can no longer do that. And I would
Right.
say a single rap artist with a single producer is a whole lot cheaper to put out than 5 dudes and then the production staff for the album
Well, yeah,
and
it
all
sounds
that
about
make
as
their
cheap
money
as that,
back on.
too. That's the problem. And
So-
rock, and like I said, rock does evolve, but it's not really accessible to the mainstream because you have stuff like prog rock and all these subgenres that sort of.
Well, no, but there's but I mean, A4, it's always been that way. There are always like other groups doing weird shit on the side.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's like
So
you can't.
there
you
has
can't,
to be like there has to be revolution in the mainstream, and all they kept on pumping out were these fucking like post grunge rock bands that just sound like echoes of Nickelback, and they're not that interesting, and they're forgotten
Echoes of
immediately.
Nickelback would be a cool
and you move
ass fucking
on.
band name.
So I don't know. Rock died because it killed itself. It's like half that. Nothing very interesting.
Kind of stagnate. Yeah, I mean, like
the last. It was. We were in high school when it was like having its last like breaths. It was like.
Yeah. It was like
Here's Disturbed.
New metal came and like yeah. New metal was like the heart attack that like put it down on the ground, and then like I don't remember what came after. I guess like emo came after new metal, and that was just them like, like
yeah. So, and now there's like the rock. I guess Imagine Dragons is a quote unquote rock group, but
that's what
I
I
mean,
It's
to me it sounds more like pop.
Yeah, well that was the other thing I was going to say.
And
They
like
call themselves-
country is starting to sound like pop too. So it's like
Yeah, well-
they're not the only genre
No,
that's being like
what I was trying to
bolstered
say
by
is
like
they killed-
everything
they-
needs to be a hook, and it needs to be only a 3-minute song, and that's what the big company with a lot of money is able to put money into. So that's all we're getting is like shit that's just for all the masses
for midwits,
that are
yeah.
dumb
Like-
and just put shit on in the background and don't listen, don't give a
it's
fuck
like,
about what's
it's
on.
the reason why like Rick and Morty and Bert Kreischer are popular. I understand how it works. I'm just saying like what I meant is like they killed themselves because they turned pop. When I think of like a band like Panic at the Disco, and now Panic at the Disco is just like fucking whatever the fuck that is now. It's
Did you
definitely
listen
pop.
to?
It's-
Did you listen to Avenged Sevenfold's new song? Here's the thing: like the bands that are still putting out decent stuff are the bands that were
used
popular
to. Yeah.
already. Like that's the problem.
Except
There's
for
nothing
Metallica.
like
Well, again, that's the other half of it. That's what I'm trying to say is like the mainstream just kind of like it started to skew more towards like urban sounding music or just less rock oriented, less melody oriented stuff. And then it just kind of got left by the wayside. Those bands are still doing things. I still primarily listen to rock and metal, but it's not on the fucking radio anymore. That's for damn sure.
Come on, Ghost isn't
But
rock.
those bands are still doing shit.
no one listens to radio anyway. But
Well, I mean,
yeah, I mean that's how you used to get new stuff, and now you get new stuff like the viral route. Or through, I guess, what's playing on Spotify. I don't know if you guys have ever. I dipped my toe one day into like the top 100 or top 40 like metal playlist off of Spotify.
Spotify. Oh man.
Oh my god, it was atrocious. It was like the best song that I listened to on there was like an Atreyu and another band had like a song together, and I was like, is this really the best thing on this fucking thing?
Yeah,
Was
Atreyu
this-
is
hate
the
Atreyu
shining.
for some reason.
Atreyu song? But it had like elements of like, I don't know, electronic music in addition to it. So I was like, okay, so the kids want this like mix thing, I guess.
Yeah, just look at
But it's still
Korn.
not the like
And then
on the lyric level, on the hook level. I was just like, like I'm cool with electronic music. I like that kind of
Let's
stuff.
see the state of
oftentimes,
metal
but-
today. New Blood. Let's see. We got
And if it, by the way, they do have to sing for the mainstream, so you can't just be screaming bands. Like that's not fucking.
Where do you find like the top 40 metal? Is that like a playlist or something?
There's a playlist. Yeah, it's on like Spotify's.
I would
main
say
shit.
that the band that has the most like vision and like ability to test the waters is probably Korn, and like they've been able to stay pretty relevant for a pretty long time. And
I
they
don't know.
make
by the
Yeah,
way.
they've evolved.
they still make good stuff too. But
I would go so far as to say they never made good stuff. That's just
Did you hear the new Avenged Sevenfold track? Because I thought that was
not yet.
super interesting.
I
no,
need to. I need to
Okay,
hear it.
it does not sound. It does a little bit. It has to sound a little bit like Avenged Sevenfold, but it is such an odd song for a single. But it has this kind of like. There's an electronic end to it, but it's cool. I think it doesn't sound like it's two genres like mixing together. It sounded like they like I don't know, they put something in the guitars to make it sound different. They have like this like almost like Alice in Chainsy kind of just like drone that
huge
goes
distortion.
on through
Yeah.
it.
This is why I
It's
can't
just
trust
like
this
a
fucking the Spotify shit, by the way, because I'm on the playlist brand new or all new metal. One of the songs on here is fucking Meshuggah from like the Obscene album, which is from 2008. It's not new. Whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's what Joe's saying. It's over. It's been over.
Yeah.
And I know it
Metal's-
sucks, and I'm not happy about
metal's
it. 'Cause,
over.
Again, rock and metal are still my pride. They're
They just-
primarily
they-
my genres.
I mean, you killed the companies that used to bolster that stuff. That's one. And then number two, the artists are just, because they can't take risks, they're not fucking taking risks. That's what it is.
Whoever,
Like,
Fucking, it's so annoying.
yeah.
But the landscape itself has changed, and that's why they're not taking the risks.
I mean,
like we can make fun of Limp Bizkit, for example,
Yeah.
or Linkin Park or something like that. But that is a new, for the time, a super new sound.
Yeah.
That's like something that was not there before. And then they came in, they came in with something new. And I have not heard anything new. I hear they're getting like the YouTube metal bands are just getting more and more proggy or like more and more like heavy and hardcore. And that's
Or
not
technical,
appealing to
maybe.
most
I don't
people.
know.
Yeah. Like,
exactly.
and I'm a guitarist, so I can look at that and be like, oh, that's interesting what they're doing. But past that, it's like, I'm not going to be blasting that in my car and singing along to it. I think that's like a huge element that so much new rock and metal music is
To
missing.
bring it back to Ghost. That's why Ghost is popular. Their songs are incredibly catchy and singable.
I don't know.
Hard-
Calling
hard
them
to-
metal is hilarious, though.
I agree with you to a point. Like, they're barely metal, but it's also like, I don't really know what else to class. I guess it's hard rock, but you know what I mean. Like,
I don't think they're memorable at all. Like, honestly, dude.
I've
you
listened
don't listen
to.
to their music, so that's
I've listened to
I've
the
listened
one
to an
song,
album
like, 4
with
times.
Drew. I've listened to Cersei 3 times, and I could not
yeah, that
tell you
one.
what the riff is.
Yeah, that one's the one. I've listened to that one multiple times.
And every time I listen to it, I'm like, oh yeah. But I have to be reminded of it. I can't just fucking sing it to you.
Yeah, it's that.
You've
That's
only
how it
listened to
is.
like 3 times.
That's
It's gonna
how it
take
is
you
to me.
more
Well,
than-
that's a long
I
time.
listened to the new Shakira song like once, and I was humming it throughout the entire day.
All right.
So yeah,
I
pop
don't really
is
have an opinion
pop,
on that.
I'm not
Pop
going to
is
help you with
doing-
that one, but
more interesting shit than Ghost is.
yeah, but I mean, Metallica also sucks. And I've got
Depending on what band you're talking about, then yeah, you're right.
two. I mean,
Like, Ghost isn't doing anything.
Metallica's old.
all
Ghost
3
isn't
of
doing
those
anything new.
singles.
Ghost is just like harkening back to like an older time, but they're just
Wait.
doing it in like a very well produced.
Are there
catchy,
3 or
like,
2 singles?
Laden way.
There's 2.
There are 3.
Three
If
now?
there's Lux Eterna, If Darkness Had a Sun, and the one about screaming suicide. So there's
And you guys
3.
hate all of those seemingly.
I like Lux Eterna quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I don't like.
I like Lux Eterna and Screaming Suicide. I haven't heard the new one yet.
I don't like all 3 of
if-
them.
There's a new one coming out really soon. There was a tease for it on Instagram, so there might be 4 singles by the time
Right.
people listen to this.
I just think you need to expand your horizons metal wise because you don't only listen to Metallica. And I mean,
No,
there's
it's
more than that out there.
That's not even true, A4. The thing is that metal, it's so broad. I want
Would you say it's
melodic.
made up of a bunch of different subgenres, or
I want melodic but heavy metal.
right?
I don't want fucking Ghost, which is like melodic and not heavy and not
It's
metal.
not heavy. It's not heavy. I know.
And then I don't want what Drew considers metal, which is like things akin
Like
to
death
Cannibal Corpse,
Yeah, like death metal.
which I am not into because
Right.
I can't sing along to Come in Blood or whatever the fuck their songs are called.
The
like
song is called "I Come Blood." Thank you very much.
yeah, I Come Blood. It's
Yeah.
like
I don't know,
it's
you might be better served with like metalcore, which usually has like
I do like
it has
metalcore more.
Yeah, it has the screaming lyrics, but
Yeah.
then it also tends to mix it with like clean melodic lyrics.
I'm pretty sure
I
that-
I listened to for the first time I listened to Hatebreed not last week, like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
There was like one pretty bitchin' song from Hatebreed, and I guess that's metalcore. And I think like, is Bullet for My Valentine and Avenge, are they considered metalcore or what are they?
I would say Bullet for My Valentine, probably Avenged Sevenfold, probably not. Like they started kind of out as like deathcore, and I think they sort of just went into like regular ass metal.
Yeah, they used to
went
suck
along.
ass, and then they had a third album that kicked ass. Yeah,
Yeah, I've never been like a big fan of them. I'm not really like a huge fan. of them.
I'm a pretty big fan.
I know you are. You have bad taste, but no, I mean, like, there's a few songs on City of Evil that slap. I like Almost Easy. The one song I really like by them that like no one fucking talks about.
That's the song you like?
That's not on City of Evil.
A little piece of heaven.
That is on City of Evil. Little Piece of Heaven is a great song. Yeah.
Yeah, like no one talks about it, but I really like that one because it's kind of like weirdly cinematic.
Their single off their newest album, their running single, is honestly like that's the song it reminded me most of, but it wasn't funny.
Right.
It was just, it's bizarre. But after I listened to it like a couple times, I was like, oh no, this song is fucking great.
Yeah, Almost Easy's on that like self-titled one, isn't it? The white one.
Almost Easy. Yeah, it is. That's on a yeah. I was thinking of
How dare you? I don't even like that band.
Critical
Big
Acclaim.
Melody.
I just remember when.
I was thinking of a song on City of Evil that I
Beast in the
trouble
Harlot.
with.
Beast in the Harlot.
That song's sweet.
No. It's like
country?
it's the melody one. It's the soft song that was a big single, and it has him like in the fountain with the fucking guitar, like the November Rain video. Fuck.
I don't know.
I can't. It doesn't matter.
It's
it
a
doesn't
good
matter.
album though.
Yeah.
Only beaten by one other, in my opinion.
I guess I'll have to hear that new Avenged Sevenfold song.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we got bad Metallica, we've got good Megadeth singles, bad Megadeth album, and then we have two, maybe three good Godsmack songs in the last two Godsmack albums. No, zero.
I'm not
zero. From
like
the,
I
zero
don't put
from the one
Godsmack.
before.
I don't put Godsmack in the fucking echelons. Like they're not in the same place, man.
Look, when we're talking like 2000,
enjoy a good dumb Godsmack song about drinking, no doubt. Okay, I enjoy a good Godsmack song.
If you
I enjoy a good early Disturbed song, but they are not Megadeth. They are not Metallica.
If you follow what they did though, it's the same thing. They went like super mainstream and it sucks, and now they're done. The last album that came out is going to be the last one.
Well, I think the difference
left.
is that Metallica and Megadeth went super mainstream and then made a curve, like a correction back.
So they just picked up a bunch of fans and then brought them back to the. Well, not even. Well,
what are you talking about? Like how they got weird with like Saint Anger and all this stuff before, and then by the time like Death Magnetic came out, they kind of like.
I would say like Load and Reload are just like hard rock albums. They're not heavy albums. They're all melody and it's all like blues scale type stuff. And then they did, I think. Well, I don't know. Saint Anger is just fucking weird.
Yeah,
but I think that's them trying to figure out things again. And Megadeth did something where they also had like a bunch of albums where they were trying to top the charts and try to beat Metallica.
You might say one of them was quite a risk, but
you could say one of them was quite a risk. And then they had to find their way back.
I hit the gunshots instead of the rim shot.
Seize the Day is the song Joe was talking about. Thank you very much, Charles Troyermont. Seize the Day.
Oh, yeah.
So when you said Almost Easy, for some reason I heard Seize the Day.
I don't know the songs on City of Evil by heart. I am straight, so I wouldn't, but...
Excuse me while I watch this band where they all wear masks.
Yeah, and play Scooby-Doo songs.
Look.
And play Scooby-Doo music.
I know Ghost is cheesy Scooby-Doo music, and when I saw that meme, I still hadn't heard the band, so I thought it was funny because I'd heard like one song too, and then eventually I started listening to their albums, and I'm like, actually, I kind of like this, and I don't know why.
I don't remember if I said this on this podcast, but I didn't. First off, no, I know nothing about Ghost, and I tried to check him out because I knew James Hetfield was a fan of Ghost. So like that's when I heard Cersei for the first time, and I listened to it, and I was like, not for me. But then there was this time Drew was in the car with me, and he made me listen to a Ghost album, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, there's something weird about this guy's voice. And I'm like, dude, no, shut up. So then A4, why are you doing that? Why are you jumping on my point? You're doing like you pulled a Caleb Craig here. Caleb Craig on the show today. Thank you very much.
So you are
don't let a person
Swedish then.
No dramatic pausing in front of A4. You cannot do it. It's too uncomfortable for him. He must jump in.
Anyway, continue.
Are you sure? Or will you let me have my dramatic pauses? Okay. So I was like, Drew, there's something weird about this. Is English not his first language? And I fucking guessed that shit out of the fucking park, dude. I'm so fucking proud of myself for that shit. Because I was like, this is kind of like Scorpions. And then, like, I just put them together. I'm like, he's also pronouncing words, like, a little too correctly. Like, there was just a little bit too much enunciation on certain words. And I'm like, this guy's... He's from somewhere else.
Yeah.
He ain't American.
We don't cotton the freaks around these parts.
So I was pretty proud of myself that I was able to fucking like hit that fucking shit.
Yeah.
I was proud that he was able to correctly deduce that the guy with the accent is not, in fact.
I would not say there's an accent. It was just like his over enunciation of some words because it's like pretty subtle.
I get what you mean.
You're like, this guy's either Native American or he's not American at all.
Now,
could I tell you what the song was? No.
I was going to ask what album
because
you listened to, but I know
ended.
You're going to be like, I don't know
the song ended.
I don't know what
and so I can't remember it.
I honestly,
what color was the CD? I don't know. Like,
I'm not.
It was like silver or something. It was silverish.
I'm not trying to be a douche when I say I don't remember the song. I legitimately don't remember the song. Like,
A4, no joke. Me too.
I can't. I can't even think
me
of
too.
it. I can't even think of it right now. And yeah, I've
what
only
color
listened.
was the album artwork, Joe?
I'm looking up Ghost albums and I'll tell you which
They
one
have
it is.
5. So it's
His eyes are rolling around in his head. He can't concentrate on the screen.
It was either prequel or Impera.
okay. Well, how long ago was this? Because Impera came out.
Unfortunately, these albums all have very similar. We're trying to look like the cover of Amadeus design here.
Well, the new ones do. Yeah, the first two don't really have that.
I think it was. Dude, I could not tell you which one it was. I could not.
Was it within the last year? Because Impera.
It could be Ceremony and Devotion too. Like I think it's prequel. If I had to put my life on it, it would be prequel. But I am scared,
album,
dude.
So.
But if you were killed,
Well, I think that was Drew's point.
Would you be dead, or would you have forgotten that you had made that? That you had bet.
But also, like, why do they all look like the covered album? Have you seen Amadeus, the poster for that movie?
Yeah.
Okay, that's like a really iconic poster.
Yeah, just him holding his arms
they're
out.
like they clearly know what kind of vibe they're going for with this stuff. So I mean, that's probably why.
Yeah, like a Mozart like vibe.
No, I just mean like they're calling back.
Oh, not nearly as good.
I mean, the pose he's doing on the Imperium cover is like a famous fucking Aleister Crowley pose, like the Satanist guy.
Look, this guy clearly. Look, I'll be honest. Ghost is not to me the new original metal sound. It sounds like fucking Scorpions, softened down and echoey. It's like the Scorpions fucked the Killers. That's what Ghost sounds like to me.
To be fair, I would also not call Ghost the new sound. I just think they're a very good callback to like older styles of music. And if the reverb and the slowed down shit is annoying to you, one of their songs got popular on TikTok like a year ago. So they put it out again on Spotify, but they slowed it down and reverbed it even more. Mariana Cross is the song. I don't know why that got popular on fucking TikTok, but apparently it did.
It's the Chinese trying to irritate me and Joe. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not on TikTok.
Not that we're
so
on TikTok, but just knowing that now makes me irritated even more at TikTok than before.
Don't you love it when someone sends you a link to a TikTok video and then you go, I'm not watching that.
It happens to me so much. Caleb Craig does that.
He does it a
sake.
lot.
And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't have TikTok. I'm sorry. I
you
have
can
testicles.
You can still watch it, but then it'll like try to get you to log in. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Like, if I see a TikTok link, I'm not going to click it out of spite. Like, if I click on a YouTube video and it happens to have a little TikTok logo in the corner, then I might watch it anyway because it's probably just, like some dumb short video. But I'm not going to go to their fucking website.
My days are numbered on social media. They're numbered. Yeah, I'm like I said, as soon as Chicken Coop is done, I'm getting rid of my social media. And that was not a joke. Like it's all gone.
Even your Facebook?
Good.
So
what are you going to do? Just like only use Messenger? Because you can do that.
Now, Messenger is nice. That's the problem.
It's
really
nice.
good. You could also have chain texts and do the same thing.
Text groups.
Yeah, could
Yeah,
do
but
that.
It's also weird because like the way Apple and Samsung play between each other with text chains is fucking annoying. Where like
Well-
I'll send like a fucking text to my brother and he's got an iPhone and like it'll send me a text saying he liked a comment of mine even though it's not a function on a Galaxy phone. So I'm like, all right, cool,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh yeah, I get that too. Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah, because like half my family has fucking iPhones, but I have Galaxy.
We're just
so-
gonna have to say if you have an iPhone, you're not in the group.
Yeah, pretty
Oh wait,
much.
Joe's not in the group. Then I guess.
I'm sorry. Maybe you guys should get better phones.
Yeah,
we
sure.
have them. They're called Galaxies. They let us change the ringtones and all that other stuff.
As a person who has to deal with footage from a whole different types of phones, I'm going to tell you, not even the Google Pixel is as good as the fucking iPhone from 2 generations ago.
I would never buy.
I'm so fucking sick of like these fucking. I have to deal with it at work because I have to have people at work that'll be like, "This is the best phone ever. It's the Google Pixel. I thought the image was supposed to be." Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm fucking editing it in Photoshop here, and it's not giving me any leeway, motherfucker, because it sucks. Get an iPhone. That's what I. Yeah, that's. Anyway.
I will say though, I have the S22. I got this last year, and the zoom on the camera on this thing is fucking insane.
Yeah, I got an S22
like-
also.
Zoom doesn't mean shit.
I'm just look. I'm not,
You don't actually have, there's not actually a zoom lens in there, so it's a digital zoom, and it might have some AI to try to clean up the image
really
from
well.
there and make it like
all
this
I'm saying.
soft, nasty, like cartoonish look. It's gross.
okay.
It's
that's cool.
gross.
I-
It's
I
not a
think
good
it looks
image.
really
It's
good.
not good image quality. Sorry.
All right. I just don't
I'm a
feel
professional
like
at
buying an
this.
iPhone.
I don't like
feel
it.
like-
It sucks
feel-
ass.
I don't feel like paying $2,000 for a logo.
Anyway, I don't pay to that. It's part of my bill, so I don't really feel like I'm paying for it.
What
Hey, good
iPhone?
for
What
you.
iPhone do you have?
Yeah.
13.
iPhone 12 Pro Max is what I have, and I'll wait till I pay it off before I get a new one.
Oh yeah,
Which I
mine's.
I
What are
know
you
the
looking
joke
at?
is that the Galaxy doesn't have as good of picture quality as the fucking iPhone, but I mean,
Well, no,
I don't
honestly, it's not just like, it's not about pixels necessarily. It's also about like how it's dealing with color and how it's dealing with exposure. Cause all these, like the higher end phones are trying to kind of fix the exposure before it takes the picture,
Right.
which is a cool function, but iPhone does it the best. Straight up. It's not perfect at it. It definitely has some problems, especially in video. If you're doing a video where you're walking forward with an iPhone, that's when its weakness will come into play. Like it can't quite figure out a horizon moving towards it with like a changing shape to it, like whatever that distortion is. And so like it'll try to like, it'll have like a bit of a fuzzy flicker quality to the edges from like dark to light. That's where I've noticed like the biggest issues with the iPhone footage. But if you're just standing still and getting a shot, iPhone's the best.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I hear. But again,
So
I have texticles, so I don't really care what the pictures of my phone look like.
this is my job, A4.
That's cool. You have a girl's job, and I'm proud of
I
you.
have a girl's job.
Women shouldn't
um,
work. Come on.
My question would be, why aren't you filming this with actual film cameras? But I guess
Oh, film cameras? Okay, I'll call Kodak and get her stocking.
I don't know. I don't know how this fucking stuff works.
You're not
It's
even a
just like-
proper sexist. You allow women work. Come on, A4. You're falling off your fucking game lately, dude. I don't know what's going on with you.
I'm sorry, Schweiss. I'm sorry I let you down.
The disappointment.
Speaking of feminism, do you guys want to look up the Pornhub stats or whatever?
Yeah, I guess we can make
Since we've been doing the show for like 45 minutes and we haven't
All right,
We don't
all
talk
right,
about anything. Yeah.
All right, Dead Islander asks us, and it's funny, we could just say no to this question because it's just a question. Can you guys review the Pornhub stats of 2022 like you did for 2018? Let's see how the times have changed.
I don't remember.
No, we
2018
can't.
2018 stats.
Yeah, that would require us remembering.
Well, I can. Let's see. I got a bunch of categories. I have the Pornhub stats site up. It's got top searches and porn stars, traffic time on site, popular categories, gay. We're not going to look that up. Men versus women, demographics, devices and technology.
Whoa. Why aren't we looking up the gays?
Movie and TV characters and video game searches are two
Ooh.
of them.
Good.
So I guess
okay.
I'll put those first because I'm very interested to see.
Okay.
See what
Let's
Abby's
so the
balls
most
look
searched
like.
movies, and I could also stream this.
Hold on. You should probably go like bottom to top, you know?
Well,
like
let me also stream it so people in the video
Oh,
version.
you're not going to let me and Schweiss just guess?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait. Okay. Fine.
Okay then.
Okay. Who do you think is the most searched movie character on Pornhub in 2022?
2022.
Most searched movie character.
I'm gonna say Buzz Lightyear.
I assume these are women, right?
Sorry, it's movies and characters. So it could be characters, but it could also be like franchises.
Oh. Shit.
Minions.
I'm not seeing Minions here.
Oh fuck. Give me. I think
We'll have you alternate until one of you gets one of them.
Fucking Wednesday from the Tim Burton Wednesday show.
Ooh.
Is that too early?
Show? I think it's too. I think that came out this year, but also it's not.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm gonna
Choice.
Soft Paws from the fucking Puss in Boots movie. Kitty Soft Paws.
Also came out this year.
Oh, fuck,
it's not
really?
on-
The blonde chick from the new Game of Thrones show. No? Okay.
No.
Shit is okay. How recent is the character to the mainstream?
Not very. The most guessed one, or the most searched one, is not super recent. Although they do have something coming out somewhat soon, and I think they have an ongoing TV show.
Princess
I don't know if it got
Leia?
canceled or not. Princess Leia is on the list. Star Wars is also the number 2 most searched. Twice you got one more shot here. I guess the most searched movies / character.
The most
2022 on
searched.
Pornhub.
Game of Thrones. That's probably not number one anymore.
So the answer was Harley Quinn is the most.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, there is
okay.
a Harley
Quinn's the
Quinn
most
show.
searched.
That makes
and then right
sense.
after that is Star Wars 365 Days. I don't know what that is. Black Widow, Wonder Woman, Sonic, Catwoman, Avengers, Princess Leia, Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of DC love.
Black Widow I was looking into. Yeah, I was thinking about that one.
Elastigirl is also on here, and The Incredibles. So that's hilarious.
The Incredibles.
Yeah.
The whole family.
Okay.
Elastigirl. Mrs. Incredible is a fucking dumpy. All right. So for video games for most searched on Pornhub in
God,
2022.
Dumpy still sounds like a baber with a dumpy diaper. That's what that sounds like to
A
me.
baber with a dumpy. Anyway.
A baby with a
baber.
diaper full of shit. And you're like, wow, that's a dumpy ass.
Who gets Princess Leia?
Because he's taking a dump, you know? That's how that's like pulled together in my mind.
Yeah.
I guess Princess Leia.
All right. Well, let Schweiss guess first. What video game do you think is most searched on Pornhub?
When I think of dump ass, I just think of when we were playing that fucking metal or Call of Duty Modern Warfare remaster with Cameron, and we got that sniper rifle that you could it was semi-auto, and you could just fucking throw bullets down there. And you don't even have to be good; you just have to kind of have them in the sight, and you just fucking smash that fucking shoot button, and you dump ass, man. You get those bullets down there, and then he dies.
I do love dump ass as a terminology for multiplayer shooters for some reason. But anyway, what do you think is the most popular, most searched for video game on Pornhub?
Cuphead.
Schweiss. Cuphead is on the list.
there's that
down
show.
to the bottom.
There's that show.
It is on there though.
Aloy.
Oh no!
Sorry, I am not seeing Horizon Zero Dawn because she's fat.
Anywhere on the list, huh? There's no BBW.
There could be, depending on some of these games, but I don't know all the characters.
Last of Us.
Hold on.
Abby.
No, Last of Us.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy is on there, just above Cuphead and Call of Duty.
Oh.
But it's way near the bottom.
I'm gonna
guess one more
say
guess each.
Princess Peach. She's got to be way up there.
I am not seeing Mario, weirdly. And then,
What?
okay, Joe, you got one more guess here. This
It's really
isn't as hard
important.
as-
Tomb Raider.
Oh.
It's not a number one with that but okay.
No, Tomb Raider's not on there either. So number one was Fortnite,
Oh, okay.
which makes a lot of
That
sense,
makes sense.
honestly. And then right behind it is the usual king of this category, which is Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
And then the one that I actually thought would have been number one was
League of
Genshin
Legends?
Impact. No,
Oh.
League of Legends is a bit down.
Okay.
It's more towards
Its
the-
glory days are gone. League of
Yeah,
Legends.
no, I would have thought it would have been Genshin Impact would have been number one.
I didn't
blow the fuck
Overwatch.
up.
I wasn't thinking about like
A4?
transgender porn and gay
A4,
porn.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I've never heard of that game in my life.
Genshin
Don't worry, you don't need
Impact.
to. It's so Genshin Impact. China essentially just ripped off Breath of the Wild and then made it a gacha game, and that's what that is. But there's a lot of cute anime girls in it, so of course it's going to be.
Oh, okay.
Then the bars go way down after Genshin Impact, Minecraft, and then Pokemon, Cyberpunk, Summertime Saga, which I've never fucking heard of, League of Legends, Valorant, Resident Evil.
Minecraft makes no fucking sense.
Resident Evil
Hey,
makes
don't worry,
sense.
because Roblox is also on this list.
That's little kids.
And
Lego.
Yeah, and Among
That's
Us.
little kids.
Yeah.
Lego. It's just like a Lego piece with like some boobs drawn on.
Among Us, is that what you just said?
Yeah, Among Us is on
Oh,
here.
no.
It's right above Splatoon and below Skyrim.
And see, at least Skyrim kind of makes sense. 'Cause
Uh,
everyone's got a rocket body in
ironically,
that world.
because you said Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is actually on the most searched movies and characters list, but it's not on the video games one.
That's it.
That's-
I get a point. I still get points.
Now for the most searched video game characters, I guess I'll let Joe take this one first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Most search video game characters.
Yeah, on Pornhub.
You said it was on the list, but I guess it's probably
no, that
not
was
number
video
one.
game franchises. Now we're doing video game characters specifically.
Oh, okay. This is a tough one, man. I want to hit
It's
the
not as
number
tough
one
as- Not
spot.
as tough as you'd think, honestly.
Tifa.
Maybe. She is. She's near the bottom, but she's on there.
What the fuck? If Aerith
She's
is
right
on there above her, I'm going to kill someone.
Wait, what did you say?
If Aerith is above her, I'm going to kill someone.
Aerith's not even on the list, which
Oh,
makes me
okay.
sad.
Age
yeah,
kids.
Tifa's right in between League of Legends Tristana and Jinx. Which it's weird that Jinx isn't the most popular League of Legends character for that, considering.
Tristana, isn't that the freaking like midget thing?
I don't know.
No,
don't
I
play
thought that
League
was
of
like
Legends.
Annie or something.
Go ahead,
No, that's
Schweiss.
the
What do
little
you think is the
girl.
most searched
Video game
video game
character.
character? Yeah, it's really not that hard.
Link.
No, I don't think Link is on the list.
You mean Princess Zelda? Is that what you mean?
No, I mean Link.
No, Zelda's the boy. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joe. Take another swing at it. You're gonna kick yourself when you hear who it is because they've probably been the top of the list for a while.
So it's not Princess Peach.
It's not Princess Peach. I'll just tell you. I'll give you that one for free. It's not Princess Peach.
Fuck. Who would be up there? Like the blue chick from fucking Mass Effect or what?
Mass Effect was on the video game franchises one. I don't think there's any Mass Effect characters on this list. I don't see any. So no.
All right, that's my guess.
One more for Schweiss, I guess.
So it's gonna be obvious, huh?
It's going to be pretty obvious. I have a few wallpaper engine wallpapers of this specific character getting railed.
God,
Okay.
Jesus.
I don't put them on. I just have them downloaded.
Just in case he wants to put them on.
There's nothing worse than finding your friend's porn collection. Just period. Because you don't want to know what they're into. And then you're just going to have the idea like...
I mean, yeah, because then what you think they're into might not even be what they're actually into. It might have just been something they thought was hilarious.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that fake porn that I have, so that people I could lead people off the trail of what I'm really.
yeah. Yeah.
What's your guess?
Laura Croft.
Not Lara Croft. I don't even know if Tomb Raider's on here. No, it's Diva from Overwatch. By a wide.
Oh, I don't know these names.
Okay, you say that's obvious, and like I've never played
If you
Overwatch.
look up Overwatch porn, you will see so much Diva.
Is it the
insane.
chick
I've never looked up Overwatch
Is it
porn,
the
I'll be
chick with
honest.
You
brown
should
hair?
probably start doing that.
The brown
What?
hair and like glasses.
The brown hair one on the robot, yeah, in the like the skin tight bodysuit.
Yeah, okay, I know what that
Yeah.
person is.
Yeah.
I don't like that
And
game,
then
but you know.
So it's Diva by a wide margin, and then second place, way down there, is Minecraft Jenny Mod, which I don't even know what the fuck that is. And then Widowmaker from Overwatch, Lady D from Resident Evil, Mercy and Tracer from
Oh.
Overwatch, Mona from Genshin Impact.
These are all from the online games. Wow.
Yeah, well,
Lady D should have been an obvious one.
yeah, but her game came out 2021, or did that come out last year?
I don't remember.
Let's see. Is
I
there
can't
any
be
more
expected
interesting
to
stats
remember
that
the
don't have to
after
do-
times.
Oh, traffic by game consoles. So it turns out, PlayStation 73% of people looking at Pornhub on their console are PlayStation users, and then 25% are Xbox users, and then 0.8% are on the Vita, and 0.8% are on the Wii U or the 3DS.
Wow. This is where I hide. The Vita is definitely like the kid who got the Vita like years ago and he's hiding it from his parents so they'll never see the history in like the family home computers or the iPads or anything.
Yeah.
And they've got the Vita, like that's their secret place for them to get porn from. That is so perfect.
Traffic by operating
beautiful.
system for phones, Android slightly beats out Apple at 51.5%.
Yeah. Fucking degenerates.
Most people, wow. Let me just, I don't think we need to guess anymore, so I'll just fucking stream the fucking graphs. So fucking.
Guessing sucked.
Yeah, so like traffic by phone, desktop, and tablet. Most people are looking at porn on their phones, and I don't know why you would ever do that, because it's like probably a lot harder to
I mean,
hide.
it's already hacked, so if the government can watch whatever we do, we might as well let Pornhub do it as well.
Yeah,
Or
I just
China.
can't believe how like I exclusively look at porn on my desktop. I don't trust to look shit on my fucking.
This is a business computer, so I don't.
Well,
Yeah, sure.
top relative
Officially,
categories
officially
by
speaking.
top relative categories by generation. Gen Z, it's threesome, virtual reality, cosplay, cartoon, uncensored hentai,
Wow.
vertical video, scissoring roleplay. Gen Y has
Wow,
aged
there's
by a lot.
such a
What?
huge difference. Holy crap.
Yeah,
What?
Asian,
All right.
threesome, MILF, feet, virtual reality, transgender, tattooed women, FFM.
Ugh.
Gen X is cream pie, MILF, scissoring, transgender, fisting, voyeur, bukkake, BBW. Boomers
What
have
is
hand
this?
job, which is hilarious. Mature, babe, vintage, small tits, pissing anal, casting. That's good. That's great.
I'm pretty grossed out right now. Is that really the top? Are those really the top searches?
I mean, Asian's
Uh,
normal.
Top relative categories by generation, yeah.
Okay. The
Compared to
cartoon
other,
and
compared to
hentai
other ages,
thing
it says.
is concerning for the younger gen.
Mostly men. Seems like in most of the first world, it's 1/3 the users are women. Although the Philippines, it's about half and half. So that's interesting.
Damn, we got a bunch of horn dogs. Wait, are they actual females or are they females?
That's a great
'Cause
question.
the
That's a great
Philippines-
question.
The Philippines, they got a lot of that.
I don't know.
Most viewed
I know
categories
you've
by
traveled
gender.
there a few times
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
certain
and
reasons.
so you know.
a lot of dicks showing
Most
up.
viewed
when I didn't
categories by
expect them.
gender. Japanese is men's favorites, and lesbian is women's favorites, and then Japanese right behind that for women. That's
What the?
Interesting.
that's really weird. Transgender slightly higher for men than women. Wasn't expecting that one, but go ahead.
Well, it's not really like it's higher in every category than women because women are only 1/3 of the amount of users. So
Yeah.
but I mean, well,
The women like the gangbang more, though. I see that. It's like,
yeah, they do like the gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, them women like they do like the gangbang.
yeah.
Just gotta stress your words a little bit differently.
Categories
We can
viewed
see
the
where-
longest. Mature, tattooed woman, blonde, roleplay, romantic, strapped.
Of
Categories
course.
viewed the shortest, muscular men, uncensored cartoon.
I bet the muscular men thing is the accidental click.
I don't know.
Sure thing,
They're like,
Jim.
oh Jesus! Like, get out of there, you know. Yeah.
Oh shit! The most viewed category in America is ebony, so everything's coming up A4 here.
Okay.
And for some reason, transgender is the most viewed in Brazil.
That is really interesting.
And then I like how the most viewed category
Wow.
in Russia is Russian.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. They're
Very-
fucking
The Japanese
nationalist
is basically
jokes.
like all of all the actual Asian countries.
'Cause
like
that's how you
China.
know China wants Japan. That's how you know
Yeah.
it right there.
What country is this where reality is the most viewed thing?
What does reality mean?
I couldn't tell you. Lesbians
Is that like amateur or is that interesting?
Damn, lesbian, ebony, Japanese, threesome, anal, blah blah blah. I'm trying
This
to
is
find
a radio show, A4. You can't
I know,
just,
I'm trying to find the most viewed
point
porn
at things
stars.
and then trail off.
No, I know. I'm trying to find the most viewed porn stars, like the female ones.
Okay.
Oh, Utah made the
Pennsylvania,
shortest
Utah's
view. We get it. We get
Yeah,
in.
they're like,
We
get in, get out.
Get in, get done,
No,
get out.
you guys are
Dude,
you guys are
fucking
at the-
Alabamans are just like savoring that shit, dude. They want to.
Our
Utah is at the
Oh, 11
Utah's at
minutes,
the
over.
very bottom of the shortest, like the top of the shortest list. So
10 minutes. Pathetic.
yeah, I don't see Pennsylvania on here. Wow, Egypt really kicking everyone's ass in terms of
Alabama's still way slower than any of those places.
Yeah. They take time to
my
grease
God.
up
Here we go.
the knob.
So top Utah search is Mormon. So that's
That's weird.
for some reason hairy pussy is the top Pennsylvania search.
I like that one for Montana. Or Nebraska. What is that up there?
Fat ass?
Fat ass. Yeah, is that Montana?
I don't know. There's some like what,
Oh, that's not
Portland is
Montana.
furry.
That's not Montana. That's South Dakota.
I don't know what any,
one
I
of
don't know
those
what any of these
nothing
are.
places. You're right.
Oklahoma really come.
How dare you.
really Oklahoma's
Schweiss.
really representing by having anime be the fucking top search.
Yeah.
California with Asian, that makes sense to me.
Furry for
yeah.
Washington or Oregon.
That's Oregon, yeah.
That
But,
makes
like,
sense,
some-
too.
some-
What's
Some of these are
Washington's?
just funny, like fucking big black ass smoking for some reason is the biggest one for Maryland, which makes way more. Actually, I'm sorry, that's not Maryland. That's Virginia. Maryland is ASMR, which is
What the fuck?
What's Washington's?
Yeah,
What is that? I can't read that. Foresight?
fleshlight.
Fleshlight? Are you? What the fuck?
Yeah,
What God's name?
yeah.
Freaks?
That's not even a person.
Yeah, that's a fucking a device you could buy. Just buy it.
United States most search terms: lesbian, hentai, ebony. Ooh, hentai's really. Oh, hentai was apparently it's down one from that previous year. So I guess hentai was the
Number
most.
2 most searched term was hentai.
Yeah,
What
but that's
the
down. It's
fuck?
down. It's down
Okay,
one from
all right,
the previous
straight
year.
up.
Which means that it was the most searched term in 2021. Apparently,
Straight up, do people who watch hentai porn just watch like hentai porn more times per day and it's screwing up the search? Or is everybody fucking into cartoon people except for me?
Look, I can't help the fact that anime women are like the ideal female form. That's just a natural.
They're not a female
discover.
form.
That's just a natural thing that we've come to discover,
Oh my
Joe. Amateur porn stars. I don't know any of these fucking people. Although I like Big Titty Goth Egg is a very funny name. Most searched for porn stars. Abella Danger, very good. I like Abella Danger. Lana
no,
Rhodes, Angela White,
Reed.
Eva Elfie, Riley Ride, Emily Willis, Mia Khalifa. Trying to see if there's any. Why is Johnny? Whatever.
None of my favorites are up here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've only ever heard of one of these people.
really.
Oh, two.
I was gonna say you haven't heard of like Mia Khalifa or fucking
I have.
Mia
Adriana
Khalifa-
Chechik or-
I haven't heard of her.
That's a very pretty face, but her breasts are very, very fake. So does not make for fun times for me. personally.
I guess hentai is still the most searched term in 2022 for the world though, because this isn't the United States. I think this is just all over the world.
Hentai, Japanese, MILF, lesbian, Pinay, is that
The fucking
Filipino?
Asian invasion.
Asian? Yeah, I mean, Asians do make up most people,
I meant
so
like in terms
that
of
would do it. I'm just
Okay.
saying. It's not that
Technically, yeah.
surprising. There's
The
2
search
billion
that
people in
defines-
fucking China and 2 billion in India. Where do you think they're gonna be? What do you think they're gonna be searching for?
yeah, but when all the people in America also like anime, then like you know what I mean. But that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But so the searches that define 2022, number one is reality, which is that thing
What
again.
is reality? Real
I don't
homemade.
know what I don't
So
know.
it's just amateur. That's what
I
that is.
guess. If you You'd think,
But this is the real amateur, not the fake amateur. I guess that's what they're. That's weird. Okay. Wait, what's number 2? You fucking.
The reality category grew by 169% to become one of the top 20 categories. Our statisticians theorize that as more amateur models have become full-time performers, the quality of their videos has improved, but visitors are still seeking a real homemade porn experience. So yeah, I guess it is just amateur.
So it's just like OnlyFans type shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, there you go. That's
Interesting. Well, that was Pornhub. Wow, you're in review.
Cool.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. You learn a lot about people
Yeah.
through this. Very interesting. Well, I think that's a good place to stop. I do have to run 6 miles, so I would like to have time to do that.
I'll tell you guys about the homeless
have 6
person
miles
who
of runs.
broke into my car next time, I guess.
What?
Yeah.
Someone broke into your car because you had a bunch of shit in there?
Well, I left it unlocked because the key fob. Okay, I got it.
How'd they break into your car if you left it unlocked?
They opened the door and they weren't authorized, so technically.
I guess technically, but I assumed when you said broken in my car, I assumed like broken glass and shit.
No, all right. So here's what happened. Last night, me and the boys were playing some Devour, and I hear a loud knock on my door, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I go out, and it's my weird neighbor who, like, anytime Jace accidentally bumps into his garage or something, he'll like come out and just like stare at him or like come tell us, "Hey, you can't do that." And it's because he's got like PTSD. He was in the military and shit. Not that any of this is my problem or that I pity him for it, but that's what happened. And he was knocking on my door, and he's like, "Hey, somebody just, I just pulled a gun on somebody who was in your car." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Way to start a sentence.
Yeah.
And I'm coming for you next.
Yeah, it's not a real gun, which he said is a good thing because he probably would have shot the guy. And I was like, "Really? Why?" I'm
for
like,
breaking in?
Yeah, and then I go and I'm like, fuck, okay, whatever. And then I go lock it. I'm like, all right, I'm going to lock the door. And then I realize, oh, wait, the key fob is kind of weird now. And the keyhole doesn't work, which is, okay, so the key fob was fucky when I first got it, right? But my car before that was a regular car that just had a key. And so I'm like, well, I don't really like the fob anyway. I don't care. And so I didn't go replace it naturally because I wouldn't do that because I'm lazy. And the second reasoning behind it was, I don't even like the key fob. Like, who gives a shit about walking? Like, oh, I can unlock it 20 feet before I get there. Yeah, I don't have a starter thing. So, like, what difference does it make? And so I've just been unlocking it manually for years. But the manual lock fucked up like a month ago or 2 months ago. And so I've had to been leaving my car unlocked. And the key fob, I replaced the battery, but it's doing the same thing it used to do, which is just like lock, unlock, lock, unlock, lock, unlock. So I pulled apart the 2 pieces of the fob. And now I just like kind of create like a fob union to unlock my car with the fob. But I've also run into problems where the fucking fob battery dies and I'm working out with Jake and Walmart doesn't have a fob battery. So I have to fucking get Jake to drive me home and I have to go back later to get my car back. And so it's been this fucking thing, right? And I lock it and of course the fob doesn't work. And I'm like pumped up because I'm like, did he steal any of my shit in there? Like what? I don't know what I had in there. And so I like get in my car, naturally grab my gun just in case this guy goes crazy. And I'm like, the guy said he went north. And I'm like, well, I would just want to know if he took anything else of mine. Like, I don't care if he like took all the cookies in there or what, but I want to make sure he didn't take anything of value because I locked it so I couldn't get in. And so I couldn't go check my shit. And so I'm driving around like looking for footprints. Like, where is he? I go to the park. I'm like trying to see if there's footprints leading into the park. Nothing.
Get the dogs.
Yeah, release the hounds. And then, I come back home and I'm like, well, I guess I didn't find him. And then this morning, I looked in the back last night and I bought these 2 big things of like grandma's cookies because I've been buying like the peanut butter cookies at work and they're like $1, which I thought was a good price until I looked at Sam's Club and they're like 30 cents each. So I'm like, screw that. Shit. And so I bought 2 big old packs of like grandma's variety pack cookies at Sam's Club. And like one of them was just empty in the back of my car. And I was like, son of a bitch.
Took the cookies.
Yeah, I thought he took the cookies. But then when I got
in food.
Yeah, and then when I got in this morning, he actually just grabbed a bag of clothes that Alex had bought for the kids and had shoved the cookies in the bag. And I guess that's when the dude found him and I think he was in there in my car eating my fucking grandma's cookies. So the word got out. The word got out that I had my grandma's cookies stash, and apparently somebody just could not resist. But
Wow.
yeah, and it was crazy because the dude was like going crazy, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if it's worth like, taking the guy out or anything. He's like,
No.
I don't know.
It's not worth that.
And like, yeah, it's my cookies, but damn, I mean, if he was like stealing my fucking car, then I don't know, but
Because we talked about Pornhub stats in this story, can we call this episode Ookie Cookie?
yeah.
No, whatever you say he's going to call it, Schweiss is going to forget it by the time he has to mix it.
I know. Even if I put
doesn't
in
matter.
the fucking thumbnail. Oh, by the way, I was looking up Utah's stats real quick because apparently they put out an article because I guess your guys' governor said porn was a national health emergency or whatever. Most searched term, lesbian, but right behind, well, not right behind that. It's like halfway behind that, but hentai. So there you go. Cosplay is also the number one most.
I'm glad that
search.
real girls will be left over so that I can just be some fucking horn dog in my 40s while
fine,
these
man.
fucking
anime characters don't fucking nag.
all these fucking guys are like masturbating to hentai. I can like go out and slay some young puss. That's what I'm looking forward to that day.
Slayer.
Prove it. Prove that you can go out and slice some
Double
young
kill.
My girlfriend's 4 years younger than me.
Oh
There
my
you go.
god, you fucking pedophile.
Yeah. How does it feel when you have to take the diaper off before you get it
No,
on?
dude, like it's so no, dude, it's so like fucking the way that like Zoomers look at like age gaps now, like even if you're both of legal age, they like look at it as like this weird fucking taboo where it's like
I mean, the whole thing is that there's a reason there's a legal age. It's like that's the limit. Like
No, I
we've
know,
all
but
decided that's the line.
you could be 29 and your girlfriend could be 25, and it would be like that's wrong. I can't believe you do that. No, I'm sure there's a level of the terminal onlineness that comes with this sort of like thinking from them, but still, it's just like
Yeah, but also like we say the words like it's everyone and it's not everyone.
yeah,
It's like
exactly.
literally like whoever is retarded enough to reply to things on the internet. That's the sample size you're dealing with. So it's
Yeah.
people with like really strong opinions that are mostly really dumb.
Yes.
So I don't know if we could say the words like everyone when it comes to that. It's like the news when they're like people on Twitter are saying this. Is like you have to be the
Look,
type
Jeff.
of person who gets on Twitter and says stupid shit, which I mean
No,
I have been. But
I paint with broad brushstrokes, Joe, because it gets the job done way faster. All right. I mean, I might.
You
get
are
something
an
on,
artist.
like the TV or the bass or something, but I painted the wall.
You are an artist.
Well,
but you're not.
I'll tell you,
employed for your art.
A4. This is the reason why I deny this every time to everyone
Yeah.
is because I do not think it is healthy to stay in that same like narrative rut that everybody is in because it's not true.
So you call it
And-
a narrative. I call it reality. That's the difference between you and I. That what I'm saying is true.
It's a problem. Like it's a real problem.
I
Like
am going
nothing
to
is
be the
wrong.
Alex Jones of the show. by
Literally,
the
this
show's
is
over.
this is my argument. And this has been my argument for years. It's like when Trump turned president, and like people were like, "The sky is falling," right? And I don't like Trump, but I
Right.
really don't like Trump. But when you look outside, and
Everything's
there's
fine. Yeah.
everything's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Because
So what it is in everybody's like, it's a story and a narrative in everybody's heads that things are going crazy. And like, yes, sometimes they do.
Yeah, I would say
exactly.
right
Briefly,
now.
like-
in certain
no, I mean like it
very
makes sense.
specific areas of the globe.
yeah.
Yes, look, I agree with you because when they had that narrative, and it is a narrative because they said the sky was falling when Trump was president, nothing bad was happening. Meanwhile, when I say it's bad that Biden is president, I can at least point to inflation and the supply chain issues and all that other stuff going on. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's just real.
I mean,
Yeah,
part of the
because Biden was definitely at fault for supply chain issues. You're definitely right about that.
He's of the people who wanted to shut down the country for 2 years for no reason. But I mean, this is
yeah, but I mean, so was Trump, and Trump
But yeah,
also poured a ton
do
of
you
money
have
into the economy.
amnesia? Do you have fucking amnesia, A4?
yes, and I don't be ableist about it. All right, fuck you.
The problem was Trump.
I have short-term memory loss.
Trump's,
and I will not.
Everybody has short-term memory loss these days.
Yeah, Trump is not
It's because
conservative
they
at all.
put the fucking fluoride
That's
in
a
the water.
huge problem. Plus, you can't bring Alex Jones up if all three of us like Alex Jones. That doesn't work.
I don't think Joe likes Alex Jones.
No, I don't like Alex Jones.
Of course he does.
He's a fucking psycho.
His favorite episode of
But
Joe Rogan is Alex
They
Jones.
are my favorite episodes of Joe Rogan
Well,
because I
yeah.
get to listen to a fucking psycho go off for 3 hours.
And be right
I'm not
every
even really
time.
a big Alex Jones fan either. I just think he's hilarious.
Yeah, no, I do too. I just think it's funny.
So just because I think he's funny doesn't mean I think he's right.
He's like Cole Robinson.
No,
but like not instead of fitness, it's like government
the
and
same thing.
conspiracy.
Just because you think he's funny doesn't mean he's right.
Yeah,
It just
Cole
so happens that
Robinson.
it just
There
so
you go.
happens that
That's a
he
good.
is right.
That's a good similar example of like a guy who is wrong about almost everything he says, but
Unlike Alex
says
Jones.
it. Shut the fuck up, A4. Says it with such determination that it's hilarious
Yeah.
and has a good sense of humor on top of that. So
Yeah.
it's
See,
like-
that's the kind of character that I.
that's also I guess Trump has a bit of that too. There's definitely that. I'm the best.
and that's why he was the best president of all time.
I'm sure he thinks so. Anyway, I didn't mean to go into politics. I think that was your fault.
I kind of drug you down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. Though we've had that rule
Well,
for a while now.
yeah, I got to go put up the homeless will be executed on sight sign. So I think we probably ought to cut this.
That's nice.
Cut this loose.
All right, let's end this fucking show, please, God.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Until next time, live always in the after dark.
Walk with your hentai held high.
I got nothing.
Just say fuck off.
Mankind has always been the poison.
Give up on yourselves. Give up on the world.
Every puzzle has an answer.
You dumbass. Kick logic out and do the impossible. Remember that.
I'm glad I met you guys. You made me pick up on things I probably would have just gone on ignoring.
Don't believe in yourself. Believe in me. Believe in the Kamina who believes in you. Everybody deals with grief differently, right? Some people fuck at funerals. I cut off heads.